welcome to this episode of Doug Does It. Here we are with a 1984 Volkswagen Vanagon. It's got a 2.5 liter Subaru engine in it, and we're going to change the oil. Very simple job, doesn't take much tools. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time, and there are a few things that can go wrong in a simple oil change, and I'm here to tell you a few of those things to maybe help avoid some of those pitfalls. First, you need an oil change bucket. You got to catch the oil in something when you drop it out of the vehicle. You're going to need some rags, keep yourself clean. More gloves, keep yourself clean. An oil change wrench. Get the drain plug out the bottom of the vehicle. You're going to need a filter wrench. If you're going to take the oil filter off, sometimes they're a little difficult to get to. Sometimes they're easy. Every vehicle is different. And there's a couple of different styles of wrench that sometimes will be used to fit onto the oil filter. Tightens up. And then of course you need oil. You're going to put the oil back in with a funnel. Pretty simple process. And two things that I'd like to warn you of is sometimes the gasket inside here can get stuck when you take the old oil filter off. You might double gasket, you'll spill the oil on the ground once you turn the car back on. The other thing to caution you of is nowadays they put these little oil gaskets around the O-ring here for the oil plug, and sometimes they're crush washers and they go bad, and then you try to reuse it and then you make oil spill out slowly onto the ground through time. So it's always a good idea to change that little O-ring. The older style cars had plastic or rubber and different styles, and they weren't as temperamental. The rubber ones you don't need to change at all. Alright, so a few things happened in that time lapse that were out of my control. One is this oil crush gasket got stuck, and so I needed a screwdriver to help pry it off. And those of you who watched realized I did not use this wrench to tighten the oil drain plug at the end, but rest assured I did. It just didn't happen on film. And I wanted the oil filter to come out in my hand. I dropped it in the bucket, and that was all over because I wanted to show you that gasket, that it was actually there, and it is. It did not stick to the engine, and so that was taken care of easily. And then now we have the oil funnel, just a couple of quarts of oil, put them back in, and make sure that everything is tight and clean and dry. Put the cap back on when we're done. Start it, check it, and of course find out how much oil is in there in the dipstick. And a very simple job, and manufacturers say 3,000 to 5,000 anymore as far as mileage, once every 3 months or 5 months, or you do you. Sometimes it's once a month out here. Alright, some closing thoughts while we top this off just a little bit. Closer to 5 quarts than 4.5 here. And a couple things come to mind. Owning a Vanagon is work. You have to know how to work on it. Here's a simple task. Things can go wrong, and they often do. And the more that you know about maintaining and taking care of your vehicle, the longer you'll be able to keep it on the road. Until next time.